Bumblebees are really important pollinators. One, they pollinate a variety of native plants, so of course important to our ecosystems, but they're also really important agriculturally and economically. So they have buzz pollination, it's called, where they vibrate their bodies in a specific way that allows the pollen to be released from the anthers of a plant, and not all bees can pollinate specific crops in that way, and so they're really important agricultural pollinators. These surveys help us understand what flower species bumblebees are using, and so that can inform landscape design when people are restoring landscapes or planting gardens at their homes. That can help inform their planting decisions. One interesting thing that we found is there's a bumblebee species called Bombus bimaculatus, the two-spotted bumblebee, which as of 1 or 2 years ago was never observed in Colorado before, and just this last year we found a lot of it all across the city. It seems like it's more common in the urban residential areas compared to natural areas, so perhaps is thriving and doing quite well in urban areas. So that's one species we're keeping an eye on, is potentially range expanding. So yeah, that was an interesting finding so far. I'm studying bumblebee populations and communities here in the Front Range on kind of a landscape gradient. So doing surveys in our natural areas within Fort Collins, as well as more urban or residential locations, to understand how bumblebees are performing in sort of each of those landscape contexts. And so we get measures of species richness, the number of species that are present. Some are present in certain areas but not others, and floral species that they're using in each of those different areas. And then we're also taking genetic samples from the bumblebees that we observe to, one, estimate the number of colonies in any given area, because there are many bumblebees in a single colony, and just by looking at them here out at the flowers, you can't tell whether they're all from the same colony or where there might be many colonies. So getting that genetic data allows us to assign individuals to colonies and know how many colonies exist in different areas. And then it also gives us some measures of population health, such as genetic diversity, measures of inbreeding, and stuff like that among different species on sort of a continuum from stable to declining species. So there's the western bumblebee, Bombus occidentalis, that is proposed for listing on the Endangered Species Act. And so getting some genomic data will allow us to understand the genetic diversity and measures of inbreeding, and to sort of assess how that population is doing here in the Front Range.